Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, the Australian dollar is attempting to re-establish its upside bias, although the quality of the technicals are a little bit mixed. As you can see that the Stochastic is on a bearish crossover. However, the MACD is consolidating above zero. Although the market is finding a little bit of momentum here and looking towards that 74.75 challenge, it is viewed that the market's probably pricing in the outcome of tomorrow morning's 11:30 release of the CapEx, or the private capital expenditures, and retail sales. Now, before the market's previous release saw in the CapEx of a negative 2.1, but it's looking like a slightly better number of 0.6 on the forecast. And then the previous number for retail sales was negative 0.1, but they're expecting a slightly stronger number of 0.3, which might give a little bit of upside momentum. Now, this will be seen as an opportunity to short the Australian dollar. I feel the market will still find good supply around 74.75 to 75.25, and eventually see the market fall towards that target of 73.80. Now, beneath there gives further exposure towards the lows of around 73. Well, a slightly weaker US dollar overnight helped momentum advance up towards the top side of 112. Now, from the view I'm holding is the fact that supply is seen above there towards 40 or above at 112.80 figure. I still expect to see further weakness with immediate support coming in at 111.45 and then lower. Now, beneath 110.70 would trigger the way towards 108. And that's my preferred view at the moment. With the way these technicals are set up, it is supporting this eventual outcome, and the US dollar overnight was just probably a one-off weakness and may eventually recoup its losses and rally on. Well, dollar yen, weaker again as it takes on the challenge now towards that 110.55 or even lower towards a base of 110.0515. It is viewed that the market bulls will retaliate from that level, and I do expect to see a recovery back above the 111 handle and on towards 45 to 90. That being said, if we fail to get the demand from 110.0515, then the next target will come in at 108. But this looks unlikely, and I'm a little bit suspicious that these technicals will eventually shift back to a bullish stance. Well, the pound overnight thought at one stage it was going to retain its rally, but as you can see, the market hit a high of 86 and fell heavily towards a low of 127.90. Now, it is viewed that the market will continue this pattern and show further weakness towards 127.55 to 127.10. Now, this level at 127.10 is a trigger to the next move down towards that 125 region that found the base at the time from all these peaks when the market broke above there on that rally of 400 points from Theresa May called an election for June the 8th. The resistance on the day comes in at minor towards the 40 area, but further above there I see a firm cap around 128.6075. Now, the pattern of gold is actually shaped up a little bit to the negative side after rejecting that 70 handle. Now looking back towards that 58 support, a break beneath there will give further exposure down towards 51 to 53, which might find demand. Failing that, then we are looking back towards 1240. On the top side, I expect to see supply from 67 with a cap still holding around 70 to 72. And wrapping up with oil, not much change there, still holding above the support minor at 49.20. But a cap coming in now at 50.5 a barrel. And I expect to see further weakness while these technicals still play out to a negative roll and look towards $47.10.35 to 40. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day ahead.